All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to some Saints Gaming TESPA Overwatch action. And on the desk tonight is myself, Colin Seymour Moore, and my co-caster Daniel Danners Banners. That is a tongue
Oh,
twister.
especially when there's an S on my name. That does
Yeah.
sound kind of funny, but yeah, it is. I'm looking forward to this. We got another week of TESPA Overwatch. This is now week 10 out of 12, so we're starting to get towards the end of that preseason. And for tonight, it looks like we're going to have ourselves one match for sure versus Johnson and Wales from Providence. And you were saying you got a peek of where they were ranked. What
Yeah.
was that looking like?
I took a little bit of a look at the leaderboards for TESPA Overwatch, and it actually was showing that Johnson and Wales is higher up on the leaderboards than St. Clair is. So but it's close.
Significantly or like relatively
No, it's
close?
it's like 4 places higher than it's out of 500.
Okay.
Out of 500 teams, and Saints is 102. Johnson and Wales is 99. So I'm expecting a really close game because they're not that far apart.
Yeah, on paper, this is actually looking to be quite exciting. I know even like the past couple weeks here, we've had the Saints in some rather close matches. I think back to last week where it was back and forth battles. Unfortunately, for both games, Saints weren't able to get the W in that case, but they were well fought, even though it was a 2-0 and then a 2-1. Like, it was a lot of like 99 to 99 matches with, like, say, round 4, round 5 on like control, what call it, on the hybrid matches. We've seen some overtimes happen, and I'm looking forward to seeing how, after a bit of a rough week, how they turn it around here for this week.
Yeah, and I'm super excited because every time I watch St. Clair play, I notice that they tend to change up what they want. They don't want to follow the meta all the time. So I'm excited to see if they bring out different kind of metas with like anti-meta kind of roles or something like that, or maybe they just change it up to have some fun. But I in a matchup that's as close as this, I don't actually expect them to change a whole lot up. So I'm expecting some meta play, like maybe double shields, because this
More than
isn't
likely.
yeah, because this isn't PTR and we don't have the changes to the players yet.
Yeah, and with the last couple weeks from what I'd seen, it's been a lot of double shield, and sometimes, like, if anything, it's the DPS and sometimes the supports who kind of get to try some different options out.
Yeah.
Mainly, I know we've seen Jub on things like everything from Widow to Pharah and Walla. Same thing. We've got like Bastion, McCree, and I think if I see this correctly, we're going to be hopping into game number 1. We've actually got Lijiang Tower,
Ooh.
which is a very hit or miss map
This is
actually
my
for the
favorite.
Saints. This map is sick,
This is
but
my favorite map.
results wise, I do panic a little bit. And actually, if it is gonna stick this way, oh, it looks like the spectator bug still snipes another one. Assistant coach downling down for the count. Looks like even the main coach is down for the count.
Oh,
So we may very well have a quick pause here as we
Saints
get
is just
into the
coachless.
game.
Saints gaming is just gonna go coachless for game 1, or they're gonna restart it. There
Yeah,
we go.
there.
Pause is coming out, and we're gonna see them try to get back into the lobby because that spectator glitch is kind of bothersome, especially.
I don't know
when-
what happened like 3 weeks ago. This just started happening, it feels like, and I know I was fighting it a lot last week as well.
What was it, like 2 weeks ago when I was observing Overwatch, and I was in the middle of observing, and it kicked me right out. So everybody on the stream got to see nothing.
So since
the-
when did Blizzard hire Ubisoft developers for their spectator mode?
Probably.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
But
I was about to say something I probably shouldn't. It's all good. It's all good.
No.
Overwatch is just doing their best, and
Hmm.
they trying to follow in the footsteps of the great Ubisoft.
No, I kid. Obviously, everybody's working hard. They're doing what they can, but sometimes things like these do slip through the cracks.
Oh yeah, and here we go. Austin down.
All right, we got one.
Back into Overwatch. He's not in the game yet. He's just playing Overwatch again. So
At least it's loaded.
yep. He's gonna come back in, and then did Q come in? Did we see Q make it back? Or-
He made it into the game, but I don't think he's actually here on site here with us. Only the assistant coach is on site with us here today, on the other side of the nest.
I meant because Q DC too.
Yes, I did see that.
Oh, might have to get a rehost if that keeps going up, but sounds like those players that disconnected aren't able to get back into the
Mhm.
match.
Yeah, well, we buy them a little bit of time here as they figure that out. And actually, it looks like, never mind about buying time. We're going to hop right into things. Starting lineup right now for St. Clair is going to be Crypt and Damage on the tanks. Jub Walla is the DPS, and Kingdom Heart and Jussie on the support line, even though we all know Jussie is secretly DPS at heart.
Yeah, so we got Crypt kind of filling in for the tank. And I've seen him play tanks before. Actually, I was watching him play tank one weekend. He was playing Orisa, and he said to me it's actually his first time playing Orisa. And I was
Yeah,
like,
he's more off tank than anything.
I was just saying to him, I was like, you know, it's a bad time to get used to playing a character when you're in the middle of a match or a tournament. I think he was in. But here we go, right off the bat, we see both teams going into it. Let's introduce Johnson and Wales University. We got Bluebit, we got Solsta, we got Shinobu, Lermans, Sertle, and Calamity Chris?
Calamity Chris, yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
And Crypt is actually going to be the one getting the first blood here, taking out the Reaper that is Lermans. So, one-man advantage, and they're slowly but surely trying to make this May pick from Jub work to separate the team and just try and pick maybe one more off. But kind of scary going point blank with the Hanzo there, but St. Clair going to be able to get this first pick up on the point.
And Sertle trying to do all the healing he can, but as they go back, we see Calamity pull the Moira ult, and he's going to get all the healing off. Oh, he's got to make sure his team stays alive, but Jub and Jussie combining for two, taking him out. Well, Johnson and Wills are trying to pull it back, but Jub off to the side, putting shots in with May. Almost has his May ult, so I wonder if he's going to... Oh, he gets headshot by Shinobu!
He tried to get cute there, and Shinobu just shut that down instantly. However...
well, we see Jussie pull his ult now, so we're going to see Moira's Coalescence just go back and forth, trying to do all the damage he can, takes out the Immortality Field, and he's doing all of the healing and damage that he can, keeping his team alive. We see Walla teleporting behind, trying to get some damage off, but he's very low. We see Crypt pull his ult, and he gets one. Walla picks up two. Lerman's taking out Jussie, and we see St. Clair College taking the lead in this one ever so more. Yeah, they're up to 45% now.
St. Clair lose a few, but they do manage to hang on to this point. And so far, so good for them, chasing them all the way back there.
Even the ults are just on on top of him. We see Crypt, he pulled his ult there, and it's the only player on that was able to. We see May pulling their ult,
but rough actually.
Two goes down for St. Clair, but they get the May ult off, the Immortality Field keeping that player up, and we see Walla pulling the Death Blossom, picks up one, but goes down to Bluebit. Bluebit doing it.
How many times this season have we seen St. Clair take a point, then go stupidly far for the hold, lose somebody really quickly, and then the entire fight just gets turned? So now they've got this point switched over, and Calamity's got his ult ready, and we do see the Death Blossom just about ready there for Lermans as well as Soul. So why is Jub all the way over there?
Jub's got to be careful here. Jub's 1v1ing the Baptiste over in the spawn, trying to keep the healing out of it, but Calamity takes out Jub. Walla goes down to Lerman, and St. Clair have to back up because Jub wasn't with his team there.
It's the truest of combos, unfortunately, for us, it seems like this season, where it's brilliant into spaghetti true combo. Just overly aggressive options, kind of biting them, but finally they're starting to regroup a little bit, trying to get into this. They only got 35% right now on the board for Johnson and Wales, so still easily able to get back, and Jussie's stunned out of the Coalescence, but the sound barrier coming out from Kingdom Heart going to keep everybody alive temporarily. Lermans does have that Death Blossom on point whenever he wants to fire it out, but he's kind of low on HP. Retreats back into the invulnerability field, and just back and forth battle behind the shields. That Bongo doing so much damage, and then here we go, Lerman trying to get one. He does find Walla, but Crypt going to answer really quickly. And so far, back and forth battle here. Oh, Kingdom Heart does get smoked in the face. He's going to be down for the count, but Crypt answers back alongside Damage, the support and the tank down.
Yeah, and we see the ults coming out in St. Clair's favor. They're trying to flip the point back over. It looks like even percentages, but St. Clair going to take the point now. So we see Jussie healing up the team, and the side of Johnson and Wales is just going to back up. Jub really low on health, but falling back into his ice block. Going to wall off the enemy team. And we see the ults on St. Clair actually coming into play. We see Walla about to pick up the Death Blossom, barely close. Jussie uses Coalescence right off the bat, but
Blizzard coming out.
Coalescence on both sides. Blizzard off by Jub. Jub picks up two headshots. Crypt taking out Bluebit. Jussie takes out Solsta, and that is the whole team of Johnson and Wales going down.
Who's left there? Oh, we still got Calamity Chris on the point. He took down Kingdom Heart, but he is finally going to go down. St. Clair finally tighten it together there towards that last portion of the first round, and they're going to be able to take this first part of game number 1.
Yeah, so they take out round 1, but it wasn't in with ease. It was a little bit kind of back and forth. You know, it seemed like St. Clair, after they got the point flipped over first, they got really overzealous, pushed too far forward, and they got punished for it. And you really saw how close it was last game. It was, what, 100 to 71? And because of that play of them just pushing too far forward, they got caught out by the even their ults couldn't pull them out of it. Oh, Jub, what are you doing?
Nah,
Pulling out the Torbjorn?
If there's anything that I've learned from watching anything from collegiate to Overwatch League, is you never trust what you see in the setup phase. We might see a last second switch, as always. There it is, Symmetra going to come out. Jub putting in a decent amount of work onto that character this season. And Shinobu's actually thinking of the same thing. No Hanzo this time. We're going to go to Symmetra.
They're going to fight right on point. Both teams just jumping right into each other because of those Symmetras. We're going to see 6-on-6 fight. Immortality Field keeping up that Reaper, and the Reaper picks up 2 Lermans, getting a kill on Jub and Damage. Walla taking out Bluebit, but just back and forth. It looks like the Reaper against Reaper right now. Jub taking out Solsta with the turret. Symmetra turret. Very annoying, especially when you're Sigma, so that's going to go down. Sertal already with the amplification matrix. He's just going to hold on to it. Crypt taking out Calamity, and Sertal just keeping his Symmetra alive. Shinobu very excited about that, but Lerman's going to go down off to the side by Walla. And what do you think of that play right there?
That was rather crazy because it was absolutely back and forth, 1-for-1, trading kills up to like the very end, but St. Clair's had the positioning advantage overall, and actually on the point, and were able to push them off. So even though it was an even 4v4, it was a little bit towards St. Clair's favor. And speaking of St. Clair's favor, Tankline getting themselves 2 kills to keep themselves safe and hang on to this point. And they're going to push this rather aggressively, taking down Solsta as well.
Justy wasn't finished with that. Justy was not letting Solsta get away at all, being very aggressive. That Coalescence was really good for coming out from the Moira of Justy.
Those narrow hallways are just so brutal.
But looking at St. Clair, they have 4 ults on them, and Damage almost has his too. So we see
that won't take long.
On the side of Johnson and Wales, they only have the Symmetra ults. They're getting close to
they're getting backdoored right now.
But Symmetra going to use her wall for St. Clair, and Wall going to pull his Death Blossom, but he's not going to pick up anything just yet. He gets the Reaper, gets the Orisa. Crypt's going to take out Sigma. Jub finishing up on Calamity, and that was just quite the wipe from St. Clair, using almost all of their ults. They have Kingdom Hearts beat left for the defense ult, and they're still waiting on Damage to get the bongos for Orisa. But on the side of Johnson and Wales, they're almost at the Sigma ult, almost have the Orisa ult, really close to Death Blossom. So we might see
Shinobu gets popped instantly in that one. That was definitely rough. So this is probably going to be stalled out a little bit longer.
But look at the time.
Yeah, they actually can't really stall it now. They have the Death Blossom, but they have to try
What is Lerman's doing? He needs to get to point.
He did not focus on target. He's going to do it now, and it's going to eat a boulder for his troubles. Crypt right on top of that, not letting that play happen. So that's 2 down. Anna going down. That's Calamity. Chris, one of the support line, getting dropped. The bongo from Bluebit going to try and add on some additional damage in these shots, but St. Clair not caring at all. We do have the Sertal with the Moira ult try as well. Lerman's making the switch over to Tracer to try and just delay this as much as possible, but he's going to go down, and I don't think there's enough time. St. Clair taking game number 1 in 2-0 fashion.
You know, I am just waiting for that day I see a Tracer swap at 99% overtime, and that Tracer can actually 1v6 the team, because I see so many times Tracer switches, and it's a 1v4, even a 1v3 it's hard when it's a Tracer, but you never see the Tracer actually pop off these days. Maybe it's because the Tracer's just not as good as Tracer once was, but in my opinion, it's just something that just won't happen, and I can't wait till the day that it does happen, and I just get caught off guard by it.
That play of the game there, it may have looked kind of odd, just he's just sitting there holding his hand out, but that was just a spectator bug. He was popping off his ult to Coalescence, and between the amount of healing he was pushing out plus the DPS, since they are all kind of squished in that corridor. Nice little play of the game for Justy there. One thing I wanted to note when that second hold that St. Clair had on the second round, where I think it was Walla, he jumped in with Death Blossom. He popped it before like anybody I think was even like prepared, even close, but the opposing Sigma just ate that entire thing, and thankfully for him, they did not turn and focus him. By the
Yeah.
time they even started, when Johnson and Wales actually started like focusing anything on him, the rest of his team was there. It was okay. He was able to get scot free, and the rest of the team just piled on the damage. Just St. Clair just was able to wipe it from there. If if they had like CC available, if they could have locked that down, like that could have been a point flip, which could have probably made it more like a 75 point game going into that one team fight left kind of style. But thankfully for St. Clair, we take that nicely with a quick 2-0, but we do have, or 2-0 in round game number 1, rather, to be clear. These are best of 3 matches, of course. Now,
I wanna just take a second for
yeah,
that.
go
that game.
ahead.
I'm just gonna talk about the fact that we pointed out St. Clair is ranked 102 in the TESPA leaderboards,
Mhm.
and Johnson and Wales is ranked 99th. It did not look that matchup. Besides St. Clair getting overzealous and pushing too far forward in the first round, it did not look like it was a close match at all to me. It just looked like St. Clair felt so comfortable in that, and it was on the backs of just Jub and Walla playing their DPS roles, and
Mhm.
and Crypt getting those stuns off with the accretion on like whenever he needed to. I just shouted like props to Crypt, because the amount of times I saw him stun that Reaper out of ult, or stun something out of an ult, or just get an excellent play from that accretion on Sigma was just nuts, because
Mhm.
he was just playing on point for the Sigma, and it was a really good point for St. Clair to take that map was Crypt Sigma plays. And although the whole team was playing excellent, especially Jussie with his coalescence and his healing, it was just
Mhm.
one big team play, and St. Clair felt comfortable. You said they didn't play as well last week. You said
Mhm.
they
Granted, I think if I recall correctly, some of the teams they had to play last week were a little bit higher ranked.
yeah.
But one thing I am noticing for this one, you had mentioned it's not looking close. When it comes to Johnson and Wales, they're crushing it when Saints do overextend.
Yeah.
Like they're not getting away with murder on them. If they do something stupid, they're getting wrecked for it. But in just like fighting game term, but the neutral, in just like standard play, nobody's like really overextending and whatnot. It does seem to be slowly but surely favoring St. Clair at this point. And we got Eichenwald instead of King's Row, so we're going to hop into game number 2 shortly, and we might have a bit of a both teams actually looking at a different composition, but it does make sense for the map, as we have the pharmacy actually coming out for both squads.
Yeah, and one thing you were talking about is that when they were overextending, they were really kind of doing well on that. Like the Johnson and Wales were really doing good at punishing that. You can't, like, especially in a league like this, you can't just expect a team to always be overzealous. You have to be able to push them in that neutral time, like you were talking about. It's just not something you can't just wait for the team to overcommit. It's not always going to happen. Here we see Lerman's on the far, getting shots off. The Mercy taking a lot of damage. Oh, but Jub going to take Lerman's out of the sky. Shinobu following up on Jub. No Mercy res has come out yet, so we don't see anybody. Crypt taking out Bluebit. We see the just one by one. Sertle picks up Bluebit, so he's going to res that Orisa, and one by one, St. Clair just picking off Johnson and Wales. We're going to see Damage upstanding, almost going down, but stays alive. Jussie, with the Coalescence. He's going to pop it, getting a lot of damage off on that Pharah, just focusing off the Pharah, making sure he's not comfortable. Beat coming off from the Calamity Chris, the Lucio on the side of Johnson and Wales. A lot of healing coming off from St. Clair College, and the healers are doing so well. Walla picks up Calamity, so that's a Lucio out of play.
Yeah, both support lines right now doing absolutely fantastic, keeping everybody alive for the most part. But each of these kills that Johnson and Wales get, though, are so much more valuable, as that walk distance you have to do to get back as a defender is absolutely brutal. Walla does have this Dragon Strike available, and he's going to try and take out the tank with it, but actually the Flux coming out from Solsta taking down 2. Walla's going to at least try and trade 1 back.
Yeah, and we see Walla trade out that blue bit. Oh, Farah going to use her Justice on Damage, taking out Damage, but Shinobu picking up the rest of the team, following up with Lerman's taking out Crypt. So we're going to see the point go towards Johnson and Wales, and the payload is going to be on its way in just a moment. So here we see a couple of players on the side of Johnson and Wales trying to push themselves forward a little bit, put some damage in, get some ult charge. We see Shinobu with the Dragon Strike on the side of Johnson and Wales, and Bluebit with the Bongos. the only two players that have the ults, and no other players really close. But on the other side of St. Clair College, we see Damage with the with his ult, and
he's gonna look
Jub
to
with
be
his ult.
sneaky.
But so Jub gonna try to take his justice from behind. This is what I like to see from some Overwatch players. I want to see if he can go big with this. Oh, he spots out the Mercy. He's going to solo ult the Mercy. I doubt it. He's going to make it underneath.
Walla finding two right before he even gets there. He's going to blow the barrage anyway, and there we go. Going to clean everybody up. Walla finding Lermans just to finish that off, and Jussie getting himself on the board. Quick old team kill right there for St. Clair to hopefully push this thing, but nobody's really there pushing this at the moment, so kind of odd. Or
no, you have it backwards.
I have this completely backwards.
You have it completely backwards, but it's okay. We see Shinobu switch over to the Widow to contest that far of Jub.
I'm casting the last game, my bad.
It's not going to work that well for him, as he's just going to get... Oh, but he picks up Kingdom Heart's head, and we're going to see Kingdom Heart go down a little bit. Jub behind Shinobu, putting some direct impact shots on, but Shinobu,
okay, they trade at least.
Before he gets picked off by Jub, takes him out with a nice flick, but Jub going to go down. Sertle going to re-res up Shinobu, so we're going to be a little bit of an advantage to the side of Johnson and Wales right now while we wait for Jub to come. Oh, but Walla almost finding the head of Widowmaker right there. Just trying to find something. We see, oh, Lermans TPing behind, getting a lot of damage off. Oh, Shinobu, nice pick on Jussie, trying to find the Widow of Walla, but it's not working. Jub over on the Tracer now. Kingdom Heart is going to res up Jussie. Damage getting the nice pull off the map. Crypt using his ult and picking up Lermans. Lermans going to get resed by Sertle. Jub and Kingdom Heart's going to combine for 2. Last one standing is the Orisa, as Kingdom Heart, Jub, and Crypt find 3. And that was just quite the wipe from St. Clair.
Always love to see, some Tracer play, nicely done there from Jub, just constantly harassing Shinobu in the back line to the point where he couldn't go for the easy shots. He had to try and snipe a Tracer, which is just obnoxious. And then I also love seeing the Battle Mercy from Kingdom Heart. And okay, Walla, just cleaning somebody up before they even turn the corner. Nicely done there.
That Orisa Bluebit just got erased by Walla. I didn't even see that shot come out, but I could just imagine what it was like. Walla getting those shots off. I've seen him play before, and he is quite the DPS. He is... Oh, but Shinobu trying to show himself that he's a good DPS too. Trying to go for that hook shot, but doesn't connect with the head, connects with the body. Jussie going to pull his Coalescence. He's going to be right inside the whole team. They're all just bunched up, taking so much damage from the Coalescence. He doesn't even want to heal with it, because you don't have to technically, but... And Shinobu going to pick up Walla off the side.
That orb is just so devastating in there as well, but it is going to be Shinobu getting the first blood onto Walla, like you did say. We do have the Flux coming out, actually has a lot of members of St. Clair up in the air. And going to be Lerman's actually taking the first kill onto Crypt. And the Hans, I think, got pretty low there, but it doesn't matter. It looks like...
I can't believe Solsa just did that.
I was kind of jumbling up my words there for a second, but I couldn't tell what happened, but... Yeah, it's going to be Johnson and Wales going to be cleaning this one up nice and quick.
That could have been such a misplay by Solsa. He just left the Mercy just to live there. And it turned out that the Mercy was able to pick up Crypt. So Crypt came back alive, and if St. Clair was able to turn that around, there's no reason that Solsa should have left that Mercy alive. Like,
it is a little odd.
He could have taken it out right now, but that could have been such a misplay. Luckily, it wasn't for the side of Johnson and Wales, but that could have turned out bad for them. Walla going to switch off of the Widow over to Reaper. So we're going to see Jub on the Junkrat as well. The DPS respectively switching to their positions for this.
Oh, okay. Walla
destroyed Shinobu.
Oh my goodness,
and the
Lermans.
Death Blossom from Lermans is going to take out all of St. Clair, combined with the Coalescence of Sertle, and St. Clair just gets wiped off of the board. I don't think those switches are coming out to work just yet. We got a minute 30 left on the board. Can St. Clair contest this, send this into overtime?
He's got Flux. He can stall this at least temporarily, although the Orisa is right there just trying to push this thing a little bit forward, but now we do have the rest of St. Clair slowly but surely making their way onto the fight. Jussie going to take out the Invulnerable, or the Bongo, actually, that's down. So Jub and Damage going to get some kills. Jub on a tear right now, actually. And Jussie keeping everybody alive, and St. Clair are going to be able to defend this thing right at the steps of victory for Johnson and Wales.
It's just one of my favorite things. It's like that anything you can do, I can do better. It's like you get wipes, we'll wipe you right back. And we see St. Clair do it with fashion right there. Shinobu going to switch over to the Doomfist. We see Lermans on the Pharah right now. Pharah, a little bit of a different pick for this map, but there is no hit scan on the side of St. Clair, so that might be what he's going for. But this hallway is kind of dangerous when you're playing Pharah.
Well, yeah, Jub with the Junkrat's not going to be doing any DPS to that Pharah unless he's somehow able to lob those things directly onto her, but it's pretty rare and difficult to do. Yeah, so it's a nice little switch here for Lermans. Wallace still has a Death Blossom. He's going to go for it. He picks up 2 real quick, but the Sigma going to be able to absorb everything else from him. And Blue Bit going to answer back with 1. That's a pretty low Blue Bit, and it's going to be Crypt picking that one up. So far, St. Clair's been able to defend this thing right on the corner. Now we have 20 seconds left on the clock for Johnson & Wales to try and get themselves back in here, get themselves the 3 points.
They do have the Gravatic Flux, so that's what they have going for them. But on the side of St. Clair, they do have the Junkrat Tire. So that Junkrat Tire could be devastating to that Sigma right now. It could be what is the make or break for this right now. Gravatic Flux comes out. He picks up a few players from it, but doesn't connect. Oh, Jub getting 2 with that Junkrat Tire. That's what I wanted to see. Walla gonna get nothing but do a lot of damage. Jub taking up a 3rd, and he's just gonna put in so much damage. Kingdom Heart picking up 1. Jub picks up 5 players in that and wipes the whole team. Jub doing it all for his team right there. And St. Clair is not gonna let Johnson & Wales send it to the 3rd point. They're going to stop it right there. So all St. Clair has to do is push it all the way to that point, and they win it. No overtime needed.
I mean, that's still quite the bar to set there for Johnson & Wales, getting it pretty well close to that final spot. And especially with the Riptire at the end there, just being able to delete 2 people off the map before the fight even really gets the chance to begin is absolutely devastating there. But thankfully, they were able to get that far out quick, because otherwise they could have possibly picked off most of St. Clair without any real repercussions. Nobody able to really fire back at her.
I forgot who did pick up the. Was it Jub that picked up the Pharah?
I can't remember if the Riptire actually got the Doomfist and the Sigma. So somewhere in that fight, the Pharah went down from Lerman's Pharah went down.
Yeah, Jub picked up 5. I know Kingdom Heart got the other one, but I think Jub, and you were saying that the Junkrat was a little bit weird against the Pharah. So if the Pharah did go down to Jub's Junkrat, just kind of making you eat your words there.
Hey, I'm totally fine with this. There's a reason why I'm behind the caster's desk and not the player's desk, am I right? But that's okay. That's fine by me, and we're learning today.
It's one thing I really like to see though from St. Clair is that they're coming like. They feel very synergized in this matchup right now. Their defense looked excellent. They had a little bit of a couple slip-ups, but that happens on Eichenwald, and it's really good that they didn't let, because it can happen. You can get steamrolled all the way to the end. St. Clair didn't let that happen. They only pushed it 64.28 meters into that 3rd point. So we're going to see that. Oh, Pharah on Jub once again going for the flank like he did before, connected with Kingdom Hearts, and we see Walla on the Mei. A lot of damage coming in, but he's gonna stay alive. Damage only at half health, and we're just gonna see this flank. Let's get in this flank. Damage taking out Lermans, so
that's actually huge. It's just getting 1 before anything even happens here from the DPS, and he's right in the back line. Gonna just try and bombard the tank, take down the Orisa, still living by a thread. But that invulnerability field coming in rather clutch, and the snipe from Shinobu gonna shut that down.
Ooh, Shinobu, that was clutch. But that immortality was really good coming out from Johnson & Wales, making sure that Orisa didn't go down. Sigma putting up his shield, walled off by Mei, but we're gonna see Sertle put some damage in as he jumps way above. I like to call this Soldier 76, if Soldier 76 could do something. That's what Baptiste is.
Fair enough. Just no aim hacks.
Yeah. And here we see Walla walling off of the team so that they can get by over to the point. Lerman's on the fire doing so much damage. Jussie gonna pull his Coalescence, do some healing, do some damage, take out the Immortality Field, make sure his team... Oh, but the Hanzo of Shinobu almost taking out Jussie. He's gonna heal up his team though, and there is a player. Jub ends up going down. I think that is the mercy of Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my
taking
God.
out Lerman's, doing it for his team, making sure that he can't stay alive. He's gonna look for the Moira. He can't find the Moira though. He's gonna do so much damage. This is Battle Mercy doing so much work for St. Clair. Damage being kept alive, taking out the Immortality Field. Shinobu gonna take out Walla. That's not good for St. Clair. The Flux picking up a couple.
Anybody?
They picked up a couple people, and it dropped them right down, but it didn't do it.
Oh, that barrage got eaten so bad.
The barrage not doing anything from Jub. Dragon Strike on the side of Shinobu. Is he gonna use it yet? I don't think he needs to. Damage gonna go down to him. He's gonna find Crypt, and it's 1 by 1. St. Clair is going down, and with Johnson and Wales keep playing like this, we might see a map 3.
Yeah, Lermans does not care if you fire up an ice wall to try and block his shots. He just goes above it and whatnot. Nice shot, Sertle. Nicely done.
That's what I'm talking about.
Just there's a lot of things not going in St. Clair's favor right now. Like the barrage from Jub Jub literally did nothing. Unfortunately, he got popped instantly when firing that off. However, they do have almost 5 now. They may not have barrage, but they have pretty much everything else if they want to go for it. But there's a lot of low health bars right now. It's going to force that invulnerability field pretty early into this fight. But Lerman's sneaking around, looking for the angle, firing low, going to bombard right onto the tank line, and does take them both out. Walla also getting caught in the mix from Bluebit.
But on the other side, we see Jub Jub pick up 2. Jussie picks up Lermans with the Coalescence, and this could be St. Clair taking it right back out of nowhere. 3 players left on the side of Johnson and Wales. Going down is Jussie, taking out Sertle, but Bluebit takes out Damage, and Kingdom Hearts, the Battle Mercy, taking out Bluebit. We see Solsta go down to Walla, and 2 players trying to get back for the side of Johnson and Wales. Hanzo versus Tracer. Who's going to win that fight? It is Walla's Tracer. Going to take out Shinobu. Oh, Crypt going to pick up Calamity, and Jub Jub going to look for that fire. Lerman's going to go down to Walla. Walla picking up so many kills there. And the last player, the closest player, is Baptiste. Is Serta going to go for it? I think he's just going to back up for his team, and we see Jub Jub with the Justice. And, you know, it's been a little bit of shaky, his Justice lately on this attack, so I wonder if he's going to use it and pick something up this time.
Well, it's always scary when they're already looking for it. They're just waiting for the fire to show up, and then they just pop it. They had the sniper with Shinobu, and actually even Lerman's looking for Jub Jub, picking him off before anything really gets to happen, before the gate's even up.
Yeah, you know, I just noticed something. Sertle playing on the Baptiste, that means there wasn't any pharmacy combination between Johnson and Wales. So now that there is one, Sertle switching over to the Mercy. Are we going to see that Pharah of Lerman's do a little bit more? I don't know yet, but we see that pharmacy combo do a lot, and the fact that he was doing so much without it, I'm curious as to what he'll do with it.
That's the flux from Solsta actually coming out to take down Walla pretty quickly. Nice little shot there from Shinobu. But it's looking rough right now for St. Clair. Jesse's going to pop the Coalescence anyway. Jub Jub has a bunch of ults ready with his team, in between the Flux, the Coalescence, and the Barrage. St. Clair are going to be able to brute force their way through this one and push this cart a little bit further.
The only player that didn't use an ult there was Walla, because Walla didn't have the ult. Jub Jub going to switch over to the Widowmaker right now. We're going to see him come back. Oh, the Cretan almost coming out of nowhere, picking up something, but not connecting with anybody. Damage going to pull all the players with his ult. And, oh, Dragon Strike from Shinobu going to take out Kingdom Heart. That's a big pick for Johnson and Wales. Oh, and he's going to pick up Damage. Walla going to pick up Sertle, though, so that's the Mercy on Johnson and Wales going down. Are we going to see Jub Jub connect with any heads? Not yet. Oh, and he picks up Calamity.
That was a huge save.
What a flick. Johnson going to pick, or Shinobu going to pick up Jussie. Solsta going to take out Crypt, but Jub Jub on the other side takes out Orisa, and he's going to try to look for some heads, but Solsta going to connect with that long shot Meteor Strike onto Jub Jub. Those little orbs that he throws do so much AoE damage. It's crazy sometimes.
Absolutely.
Oh, Walla.
Getting cracked by a rock, but we have a minute on the clock now, actually, and St. Clair has to somehow try and push this thing to the doors. It's not that far away, but they need to find their opening, and right now they only have Bob to try and help this.
This could be dangerous.
Oh, Walla picking off Sertle before the fight even begins, though, but Crypt also going down.
Solsta going to pick up Crypt, and this could be dangerous. Lerman's just looking for something, looking for his opening. Jub Jub taking out Calamity. Bluebit taken out. Whoa, but Jub Jub saving his team practically. He's going to be in a 1v1 against Shinobu, but he's going to go down to the Hanzo. Expected, because that is quite the hard challenge from a Widowmaker. Jessie going to take out Shinobu, and he's going to be right into there. Sertle picking up his wings, and he's going to be right in there. Solsta taking out Kingdom Hearts, so no mercy on the side of St. Clair, but we have Jussie's Moira. We're going to see Sertle res the Shinobu, and Damage gets pulled off the map. We have 10 seconds left. Can St. Clair push this? It looks like we're going to see a map 3. Jussie going to get one with his Coalescence. Walla going to pick one up. Oh, Jussie going to take out Lerman's. After, even though the barrage came out, Jussie going to just look for something, and only player left is the Orisa on the side of Johnson and Wales, and that is such a save from St. Clair. Are they going to cap it, though? Are we going to see any more contention? No. Johnson and Wales are just going to sit up for the next one, and they got a minute 30 to push it. Johnson and Wales, though, their defense has looked really well. They could hold this. Calamity going to go down to Jub Jub. Jump Shot just clicking on heads all round right now. Looking for something still, and he goes for the hook shot. Doesn't connect with it. Gets pulled back. Might get caught out, but the Sigma shield saves him.
Thought we were going to see the Jump Jump Classic there, where he just gets stupidly aggressive after an extremely good victory, but thankfully not going down. Bob is probably not in exactly the greatest of angles for the side of St. Clair, and sure enough, they're going to take that down quickly. We have the Flux coming out actually from Solstud. Does pick, I think, 1 or 2 players of St. Clair up at that point. Crypt's going to answer right back. That's a lot of members up in the air, and I don't think they have their sound barriers, so it's going to be a lot of damage taken at the moment. Just kind of falling back in neutral at the moment. Lerman's down, though.
So we're going to see Lerman switch over the Bastion on this point. Jussie went down, so we're going to see St. Clair try to just keep it going. 30 seconds left. Coalescence, Bongos, all the ults are going to get used by St. Clair right now. Jump Jump picks up Calamity. Jussie takes out Sertle. St. Clair looking for something though. But the Bastion ends up picking up Jump Jump with next to no health left. Blue Bit goes down to Walla.
It's going to be all in the Bastion, I think, here. But he does go down. Crypt finding him.
St. Clair might be taking this right now with the last bit. Jump Jump just looking for the head of that Lucio. Hard to find. Jussie finds it himself with the suck. Walla gonna take out Calamity. And we're just gonna see the last player left is Blue Bit on that Hammond switching over. The Reaper gonna teleport behind, go down almost instantly to Bob. Walla gonna pick up Zarya as well. Jussie gonna get 1. Jussie gets 2. Jussie gets 3. And St. Clair picks up map 2. What a matchup this was. And I actually thought Johnson Wales was going to take that, but St. Clair just took it out of nowhere and just proved me wrong.
Absolutely. Johnson Wales looked so much better in this map overall, but thankfully the very tail end of that game just was everything St. Clair favored for the most part. At least the things that mattered, the critical moments, were all favoring St. Clair. Between, like, at the very end there, Walla picked up 1, and then he had Bob right there. So you had somebody permanently on the cart regardless of where everybody else went, because Bob does count as a player essentially for that, right? I believe, like, if Bob's on the cart, it counts as contested.
Yeah.
So he was in a good spot to just mow everybody down, and then everyone from St. Clair is just able to get the core, the DPS, get the core tanks out of the way. And then it was just a trickle fest from there. You saw the emergency Hammond, the tracers, and everything coming up just to try and stall, but it was to no prevail. St. Clair are going to be able to get this in 2-0 fashion. Much better compared to last week.
Oh, yeah. As you were explaining last week, they didn't do so well, but this week they did excellent. And to everybody that's watching, I don't think we have another matchup tonight, no?
No, unfortunately, the usual... we usually have a doubleheader for Sunday nights, but unfortunately, the other squad that we were supposed to play tonight did have to forfeit. So tack on another one for random collegiate forfeits, but it is what it is. We do definitely take those. You got to show up to get the W's, right? So it happens, though, by all means. But because of that, that is the end of our coverage here for TESPA Overwatch for this Sunday evening.
I would like to just take a second to thank our sponsors, St. Clair SRC, St. Clair Alumni Association, St. Clair College, DX Racer, PC Outlet, and Subway Canada, and also the Zeckelman School of Business. So thank you all to everybody in Twitch chat watching this VOD. It has been myself, Colin Seymour Moore, and Daniel Danner's banner casting this Overwatch TESPA match.
And a quick shout out as well, of course, to Nick Yeti Teslin on The Observer and Ryan Baker for handling the director's chair today. So thank you all. We had a pretty sick crew today. Glad we were able to get you a awesome broadcast. Unfortunately, we couldn't get 2 games, but we're happy with what we got, and happy that we got the W today. But with that, that is all. So have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for Smash Class.